myself and FoFo and some other people from Biloxi in the Gulf Coast area are going down to Havana to meet with some representatives down there. The possibility of bringing the baseball team up here, and also a regatta from the Mississippi Gulf Coast down to Havana sometime probably next June.
You found a new connection between South Mississippi and Cuba.
Yeah, Pierre Lemoyne d'Iberville. Matter of fact, while we were down there, I was going to show FoFo and them his statue and the church where he's buried in.
Again, we had some conversation earlier in this year when we were in D.C. and met with the first secretary of the Cuban embassy and the possibility of the Cuban national team playing a all-star or an amateur American baseball team, and we were looking I think July 9th or 10th or 11th, but it didn't work out. They were actually in Charlotte, and their schedule didn't permit it. But I think one possibility is having with all this Olympic baseball and some of these events, that we maybe have the Cuban team play a number of games here at Checker Stadium, and so as well as just generally understanding what the look and feel and opportunities that we have. I know some of our senators and our governor, I think he spent some time down there, so it's not too very far. It's a crow flies from Biloxi to Cuba, and we'll investigate that. I think the interest would bring people, visitors, heads in beds, that kind of deal for as well as just like the publicity that naturally would get across the country. Cuba playing a southern team here in Biloxi, Mississippi.
You had an opportunity to go to Cuba once before.
I did when I was about the 10th grade. I think it was 1962, and I was a deckhand on Pan American. My cousins, the Scrimetta family, had a couple of boats, but there was one opportunity doing, I guess, a few years after the Revolution, 59, 62, I believe it was. It was around Christmas time, 61 or 62. I was in the 10th grade, and Jimmy Scrimetta captained the Pan American to take a number of refugees from Key West to Key West from Havana. But my mother wouldn't allow me to go there, so my mother said it's okay for me to go to Cuba this time, so I'm going to do it this time.